Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with new topic, curve tracing. This is very much helpful in finding area or volume under some curve. So for that we need to know how to trace the curve. Okay. So three types are there, that is tracing of Cartesian curves, then curves using parametric equations, and curve by polar equations, right? These three types we are going to cover in this unit. And yeah, there are some basic concepts required to trace the curves. So we are going to start with these basic concepts first. Okay, my first topic here is the tracing of Cartesian curves. Okay, so before we go to that, we need to know some basic concepts. Let's start with that. Okay, so the first thing is the convex upwards. Convex upwards means the portion of the given curve, uh, it is on both sides of A, it is under the tangent at a point of A. Okay, so that will called as convex upward. And convex downward is exactly opposite to that. That is, if the portion of the curve on both sides of this point A, it lies above the tangent at a point A, so this is convex concave downwards. Okay, then the next thing is inflection point. Inflection point is the point at which the curve changes its nature. Changes its nature means it is from it it becomes, for at this point half of this curve is above the tangent and half of the curve is below the tangent. So at this point the curve is changing its nature, right? So I can also see that this slope of this curve at this point is changing from positive to negative. Okay, so where the point at which the curve changes its nature, this is called as inflection point. And then the next thing is cusp. Okay, suppose I have two curves here. So this is my first curve and this is the second curve. Okay, now you can see that for this two curves, this is the common point. So if at a common point I have tangent to this curve coincident, then I am going to say that this point is cusp. That is, note that this line is tangent to curve 1 at this point and also curve tangent to curve 2 at the same point. So that means tangents to both the curves coincident at this point. So this point is called as cusp. Then the next thing is node. Node is nothing but, see, this is my first curve again and this is the second curve. See, for first curve and for second curve, the common point is this. At this point, if I draw tangent at the point to the second curve, so in this case this is the tangent, and for first curve this is the tangent, right? So tangent at the common point of two curves are different here, right? So in that case, my region for this curve is a circular, right? So that is called as a node. So node is nothing but the point at which two curves have different tangents, that is called as node, and that should be a common point. Okay, and the last thing is the conjugate point. Conjugate point is nothing but the isolated point with respect to this curve. Okay, so we need this basic concepts to start with curve tracing. Okay, so let's start with the curve tracing of a Cartesian curves. Okay, so note that this Cartesian curves we are going to trace using this 5 rules. Symmetry, point of intersection. Under point of intersection, mainly we need to figure out whether origin lies on the curve or not. If the origin is there, then we are going to check about tangent. If origin is not, then I am going to see what about their tangents at different points, and also I am going to check whether intersection with coordinate axis, what must be the intersection. And the next thing we are going to find out is asymptotes, then finding out the other points on the curve, and then the last point is the region of absence. Okay, so in the session I'm going to first explain the symmetry, and then one by one I'm going to explain all the 5 points, and simultaneously we'll see the example for only this point particularly, and then using all the 5 points we are going to draw the curve. Okay, so let's start with the first point, and that is symmetry. Okay, the first thing in the symmetric, whenever some curve is given, I am going to check power of x or power of y. Okay, the first thing we are going to check in the curve is the power of x or a power of y. Now note that what I mean by symmetric about x axis. If the power of y is even everywhere, then that curve is symmetric about x axis. For example, if I consider y square is equal to 4ax curve here, now note that the power of y is 2 and power of x is 1 here. X power is odd and y power is even here. It remains even throughout this equation. So everyone knows this is a parabola symmetric about x axis, right? So what I'm doing here, I'm just checking the power of x and power of y. Since power of y remains even everywhere, so it is symmetric about x axis, right? Then the next thing is symmetric about y axis. Symmetric about y axis meaning the power of x should remain even everywhere, right? So I have an example here, and the example is x square is equal to 4ay, right? Now note the power of x is even, power of y is odd here. Power of x remains even throughout the equation, so that means it should be symmetric about y axis, right? By the way, what I mean by symmetric about the axis, that means, see the one part I am considering here on the right hand side, the same part appears on the left hand side. It's like an image, right? Then the next thing is symmetric about both axes. So naturally symmetric about both axes meaning both powers should be even throughout, like equation of circle. Since in the equation of circle power of x is even and also power of y is even, so that means this curve must be symmetric about both axes. So we draw the circle like this, and in this case see half part of portion, for if I consider y axis for now, so half part, same part appears on the left hand side. If I consider symmetric about x axis, then half part and same half part appear below also, right? So symmetric about both axes meaning the power of x and y both must be even throughout the equation. Okay, so these are the 3 points. Okay, so now if let's say power of y is also not even and power of x is also not even throughout the equation, then in that case what to do? Firstly, check for the powers. If not, then we are going to use the next 3 things. Okay, now to decide whether this is symmetric about opposite axis meaning these two are opposite axes, right? So in this case power of x is also not even and power of y is also not even throughout the equation, and in that case what we are going to do is replacing x by minus x and y by minus y in the equation. If we replace this, after replacement the equation should remain same as it is, that is it should remain unaltered, right? For example, I have equation here y is equal to x cube. Now what is the condition? Changing x to minus x and y to minus y, right? So I'm going to substitute y equal to minus y here and x is equal to minus x here. So if I substitute this minus y, what I have here, minus y, this is same as minus x ka cube is minus of x cube, right? So minus minus sign get cancelled and I get the equation back y equal to x cube, and which is same as the given curve, right? So when I replace x by minus x, y by minus y, equation remains unaltered, so that means this curve must be symmetric about opposite axis, right? Opposite quadrants, right? And everyone knows the equation y equal to x cube. This I can draw as like this. So this is symmetric about opposite axis, opposite quadrants, right? And then the next thing is, if this fails, then next thing is we are going to check whether this is symmetric about y equal to x line. X is equal to y line is nothing but line passing through origin, right? And in the positive direction, positive quadrants, right? Like this, right? Now in this case what we are going to do is changing x by y and y by x. If we do this and still I get the original equation back, then that means the given curve must be symmetric about this line, right? Now note the example here. If I consider xy is equal to c line, so in this case if I replace x by y and y by x, still I am getting y x is equal to c line, and which is nothing but this line only. So equation is remaining unaltered, so in this case it is symmetric about this line, right? Symmetric about this line meaning the same part is appearing on both the sides, correct? And the other way is when I want to find out whether it is symmetric about minus x is equal to y line. So similarly I'm going to change x by minus y, y by minus x. So in this case, if equation remains unaltered, then in that case we are going to have symmetry about minus x is equal to y line, and the example is like this, right? So firstly, to check symmetry, first thing we are going to see is the power of x or y. If power of x is even throughout, then it is symmetric about y-axis. If power of y is even throughout, then it is symmetric about x-axis. If both powers are even throughout, that means symmetric about both axes. If these three fails, then we are going to check this one by one. What I mean by this is the checking symmetric about opposite quadrants, then symmetric about x equal to y line, and the last point is symmetric about minus x is equal to y line. Okay, and yes, I have some examples here. We are going to decide just symmetric about x-axis, y-axis, or opposite quadrants, or so on. Okay, we are not going to draw anything, we are just going to decide the symmetry. Okay, now my first example here is y square is equal to y square into 2a minus x is equal to x cube, right? Now if I observe the power of y here, and you can see the power of y is even, and here the power of x is odd, so y power remains even throughout the equation. So in this case, what is the conclusion? Since power of y is even, power of y is even, so where is the symmetry? So symmetric about x-axis, symmetric about x-axis, right? correct? Now let's go to second example. In the second example, what do we have? If I multiply inside by this x, what it remains with? X cube plus x into y square. This is equal to a into x square minus y square, right? You can observe that power of x becomes odd throughout the equation, and whereas the power of y is still even here, so that means it is again symmetric about x-axis only, right? Let's go to next example. In the next example, again I'll go with the powers here. See, you can check that power of x is also even and power of y is also even throughout. So that means this must be symmetric about both axes. Correct? And since here both the powers are even and a square is present here, let's check what happens if I consider x is equal to minus x and y is equal to minus y here. Since power are even, it will not make any difference here. You can check this thing, right? When I am substituting x is equal to minus x square is still x square, minus y square is still minus y square is still y square, and this is a square into y square minus x square. So when I am replacing x by minus x and y by minus y, still I am getting the same. So that means the given curve is also symmetric about opposite quadrants, right? Right? So whenever I have even power for throughout the equation, I can similarly check for the opposite quadrant also, so that this is the symmetric about uh, both axes as well as the opposite quadrant. So while drawing the curve, this will be helpful, right? Then the next example I am having here is y is equal to x square, y into 1 plus x square is equal to x, right? Now note that the power of x is here odd and here is even, so I cannot consider x here. The power of y remains odd throughout, so I cannot consider here power of y also, since I need an even power, right? So first three rules I cannot apply here, right? And hence the second thing I'm going to use here is the next rule was replacing x by minus x and y by minus y. Let's check out whether this works or not, right? So when I substitute y is equal to minus y here, what I have? Minus y, 1 plus x is minus x square, that was just x square, and this is x I am replacing by minus x, so minus minus get cancel, right? So still the equation remains unaltered when I am replacing x by minus x and y by minus y. So what is the conclusion? It is symmetric about both the quadrants, right? So symmetric about opposite quadrants, about opposite quadrants. Correct? And yeah, and I have the last example here. The last example is e square x square, this is equal to y cube into 2a minus y, right? Now let's check the powers first. What are the powers? I have here a square x square, this is equal to, I'll write down this as 2a y cube minus y raised to 4, right? Y ka power is odd and even both, so I cannot go with the y power, right? Here power of x is even throughout, right? There is no odd power term with respect to x, so just one term is there, power of x is even throughout, so that means my given curve is symmetric about y-axis, right? So like this you need to check first.